Here's how this works. We're going to have a number of mystery objects brought out in front of us, and our job is to guess what each one is.
Kim Kardashian is one of the most recognized figures in the world today. She has transformed from a reality television personality into a global entrepreneur, social media mogul, and cultural icon. Yet behind the glamorous lifestyle, the carefully curated Instagram posts, and the billion-dollar businesses, Kim's journey has been marked by scandals that shaped not only her career, but also her life. These scandals were not just fleeting tabloid stories, they were pivotal turning points that influenced her decisions, redefined her public image, and changed the trajectory of her empire. To understand Kim Kardashian fully, one must look at the hidden scandals that defined her path to fame, power, and reinvention. The infamous tape that sparked a career. Kim's rise to fame cannot be separated from the scandal that first brought her into the spotlight. In 2007, the release of a private tape featuring Kim and her then-boyfriend Ray J ignited a media storm. While many thought this would end her career before it began, it actually catapulted her into the public eye.
X amount of people that are behind bars that can help free them with simple legal fees that they just can't afford, then that would be worth it to me, even if the post might be a little bit off-brand for me.
Kim later confessed that the scandal was one of the most humiliating moments of her life, yet it became the catalyst for her family's reality show, Keeping Up with the Kardashians. The scandal defined her early image, and though she has worked tirelessly to distance herself from it, the truth is that without this controversy, her fame might not have exploded the way it did. It was the first lesson in how scandal can both destroy and create opportunities. Accusations of fame by association. Before the reality show, Kim was already known in celebrity circles as Paris Hilton's friend and stylist. When she became famous herself, many accused her of riding on Paris's coattails and exploiting their friendship. This scandal of association made Kim appear as someone seeking fame without talent. Critics dismissed her as a socialite desperate for attention. However, Kim cleverly turned this narrative around by using her exposure to build her own brand. While Paris Hilton's fame eventually faded, Kim managed to reinvent herself, proving that what began as a scandalous reputation could evolve into empire building. Plastic surgery, rumors and body image controversies. Another scandal that shaped Kim's life revolved around her physical appearance. From the early days of her career, she faced constant rumors about plastic surgery, her nose, lips, and especially her famously curvaceous figure. Tabloids dissected her every photo, accusing her of enhancing her body artificially. Kim repeatedly denied certain procedures, but the scrutiny around her appearance became both a burden and a tool. She confessed that the criticism affected her self-esteem, but she also turned her body into a brand, making curves fashionable in an industry long dominated by different beauty standards. This scandal about her authenticity forced her to embrace the role of a beauty icon, paving the way for her cosmetic and shapewear businesses. The 72-day marriage. One of the most publicized scandals in Kim's life was her short-lived marriage to NBA player Kris Humphries in 2011. Their lavish wedding was televised, drawing millions of viewers, but the marriage ended in divorce after just 72 days. The scandal led to accusations that Kim orchestrated the marriage for publicity and profit. Critics said the wedding was nothing more than a ratings stunt.
Social media, you can have a direct-to-consumer business, and if you market yourself the right way and promote it the right way, then you can have a really successful business.
Kim later admitted that she knew deep down the marriage was not right, but she felt pressured by the spectacle surrounding it. The backlash damaged her reputation, but it also taught her valuable lessons about authenticity and the dangers of turning personal life into public entertainment. Kanye West in the storm of public controversy. Kim's marriage to rapper Kanye West was one of the most high-profile relationships in modern pop culture, but it came with its own share of scandals. Kanye's public outbursts, political endorsements, and erratic behavior often overshadowed Kim's accomplishments. One of the most shocking scandals came in 2020 when Kanye launched a presidential campaign and made personal remarks about their family during rallies and on Twitter. Kim publicly acknowledged his struggles with mental health, asking for compassion while trying to shield her children from the chaos. The scandal placed immense strain on their marriage, which eventually ended in divorce. Through this turmoil, Kim confessed that she had to make the painful decision to prioritize her own peace and stability for the sake of her children, showing how scandal can lead to personal growth and difficult choices. The Taylor Swift feud. In 2016, Kim became embroiled in one of the biggest celebrity feuds of the decade, involving her then-husband Kanye West and Taylor Swift. When Kanye released a song with controversial lyrics about Taylor, she claimed she had not approved them. Kim responded by releasing recorded phone conversations that appeared to show Taylor giving consent. The scandal blew up online, dividing fans and creating the infamous hashtag #KimExposedTaylorParty trend. Kim's involvement in this feud painted her as manipulative to some and loyal to her husband to others. Years later, Kim admitted the situation was emotionally draining and that the truth of what happened was more complicated than it appeared. The feud taught her how damaging public conflicts could be, even when she thought she was defending her family. The Paris robbery. In 2016, Kim was the victim of a terrifying scandal that nearly cost her life. While in Paris for Fashion Week, she was robbed at gunpoint in her hotel room. The thieves stole millions in jewelry, and Kim was left traumatized. This incident shocked the world because it revealed the vulnerability behind her glamorous lifestyle. Kim confessed that the robbery changed her perspective on fame and materialism. She became more cautious, scaled back her flaunting of wealth on social media, and focused more on family and personal safety. The scandal, though horrifying, marked a turning point where Kim evolved from a flashy celebrity into a more mature and cautious woman. Cultural appropriation. Accusations. Throughout her career, Kim has faced repeated scandals over accusations of cultural appropriation. From wearing braids traditionally associated with Black culture to naming her shapewear line, Kimono, which was criticized for disrespecting Japanese culture, Kim has been accused of profiting from traditions that are not her own. She confessed in interviews that she did not always realize the impact of these choices, but she learned from the backlash. The scandals forced her to listen, adjust, and rebrand, even renaming her shapewear line Skims, which went on to become a billion-dollar business. This shows how scandal, when acknowledged, can lead to growth and business evolution. Prison reform and image transformation. One of the most surprising chapters in Kim's life emerged from what some first dismissed as another publicity stunt. When Kim began advocating for prison reform, meeting with politicians, and successfully helping secure clemency for incarcerated individuals, critics accused her of trying to clean up her scandal-ridden image. However, Kim confessed that the work was deeply personal and fulfilling, inspired by her father Robert Kardashian's legacy as an attorney. Over time, even skeptics admitted that her efforts were genuine. What began as a scandal of disbelief ultimately transformed her image into that of a serious activist and philanthropist, marking a significant shift in her public persona. The Balenciaga controversy. In 2022, Kim faced one of her most challenging scandals yet when the fashion brand Balenciaga, with which she had a close partnership, released an ad campaign that was widely condemned for its disturbing imagery involving children. Fans demanded that Kim cut ties with the brand immediately. At first, her delayed response drew criticism, with many accusing her of putting business interests above ethics. Kim later confessed that she was deeply disturbed by the controversy and took time to reflect before issuing her statement. This scandal tested her loyalty to partnerships versus her responsibility as a public figure, and it revealed how even billion-dollar empires can be shaken by association with controversy. The life of Kim Kardashian is a testament to how scandal can both destroy and build. From the tape that launched her career to the robbery that reshaped her values, from public feuds to cultural controversies, each scandal has pushed Kim to adapt, learn, and reinvent herself. What makes her story remarkable is not that she faced scandal after scandal, but that she turned those moments into stepping stones rather than roadblocks. Today, Kim is a billionaire, a mother, a business mogul, and an activist. Her journey proves that scandal is not the end of a story. It can be the catalyst for transformation. Kim Kardashian's life has been lived under a microscope, but it is precisely those moments of controversy that forge the empire she commands today. She is not simply a reality star who became famous for being famous. She is a strategist who learned how to navigate scandal, redefine her narrative, and build a legacy that continues to evolve. And perhaps the most shocking truth of all is that every scandal, no matter how damaging, became part of the blueprint for her success.